Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for listening to my previous podcast, and I really appreciate you making time to hear this one out, okay? For that reason, you are awesome. Have that in your mind, okay? And this story is going to be very awesome too. Like I said, I am going to share about my dear friend whose story has been inspiration for thousands and thousands of people. And I'm so happy to be part of his life. And I'm going to share my experience with him. And what makes this story so special is my friend, whom I'm going to talk about now, has never seen me. We never had a personal encounter. He stays about 5,400 kilometers away from me. Yes, you heard it right. It's 5,400 plus kilometers away from me. He stays in Uganda in Africa, and I stay in Bangalore, India. Yeah, this is like a long distance friendship. Yes, some of you may have that friendship and bond over some people through Facebook and Instagram. But what makes this so special is this guy loves me and I love him. I'll tell you one incident, okay? There was a time I was in a situation where some of the people around me laughed at my situation. When I told him the same problem, he cried for me. He had tears in his eyes. I would never forget the day. That's the day I understand what a friend I actually have. And sometimes when he would share his problem, I wouldn't be able to eat or sleep on that day night. Yes, we haven't met him. We do not have any past personal encounters, but still this bond, this genuine bond is what makes it so special. So I'll tell you how this started, okay? So a few years back, I uploaded a video in Facebook, and somehow this video has reached my friend Brian. He put a comment saying, good efforts. And I really like that. And thank you so much, brother. That's how it started. And we both had a convo over Facebook chat. We shared each other's number and we had calls over WhatsApp. Then I understood he had some financial crisis, so from Uganda, he went to one of the Saudi countries to work. And as I was discussing to him, and I said, bro, just do not spend your money like how others are doing. Ensure that you save up the money and you go back home and you live a king life, okay? How do I remember this is because he told me after a few years that, bro, I remember the sentence that you told me a few years back, and I have saved enough money to go back home and I'm going to build a house, I'm going to live there. A happy life with my beloved family. I was so happy to hear that. To be very honest, I don't remember saying that because I might have said that, but what makes it so special for me is that this guy took my word so serious that you worked on it and you achieved it. Now he's definitely onto something. So this was going great, and one fine day we decided that he's going to travel to his hometown, but then he's going to come to India to meet me, to stay with me for about 10 to 15 days. And I was really excited. I made up a space for him to stay, planned what all I need to do, how I need to take care of him, what are the things that I'm going to show him, who all I'm going to introduce. And I was very happy about this friendship, right? But all of a sudden there's no call, there's no text. I tried reaching out to him, I couldn't connect to his number, and I do not have any other contact to reach him. One fine day, after a couple of weeks, I just see a post. Someone tagged Brian's account, and he is in a very bad situation in hospital, a very, very serious condition. Then when I asked the person who posted, what happened to Brian? I'm his friend, I would like to know. He said, Brian was just having a very fine day and just had some cough, and then he just fainted, he fell down. And we had to rush him to hospital. He's gone to coma and his heart stopped working, and they had to spend a lot of money. His company terminated him. I'm not going to mention the company name, okay, to create controversy. The company terminated him so that they don't have to pay for his insurance or his medical. So whatever money he saved up, he worked hard for to go back home and start a new life for his family, had to be spent on his medication. All the day and night's hard work is just gone in vain. And he's lost his weight terribly, so terribly, up to his skeleton. All the muscles strained. He's a little chubby guy, okay? He's completely lost his weight. And then I asked, how is he now? Like, he's recovered from coma, but then they had to do a surgery and keep a pacemaker in his chest. That's a battery that helps his heart to pump. So the battery goes, he dies. I mean, there are many pacemaker situations where the pacemaker controls the heart to either pump faster or slower. It just balances. For Brian, it's a different incident. He has to be keenly observing his pacemaker because for him it's a life and death situation. It's just not a support. It is the life for him. And I heard from his friend that all his money is exhausted and he needs money like in millions to be saved. I don't know what to do. Because I really do know what to do. So at that moment, even I was not so financially strong, to be very honest. I don't know if I could even go and meet him. I had no clue. I'm just shattered. I just heartbroken. All I was just thinking is, Lord, let this guy be alive. But the person who texted me said, I don't think Brian is going to make it. But then I said, Brian has made a promise to me that he's going to see me. And I made a promise to him that I'm going to meet him in person before he's going to come back. Then the person whom I was chatting with stopped responding to my message because I was irritating the person with a lot of questions. I understand. Then after a few months, when Brian was finally in a position to talk to me, he said, bro, I was lost. I was dead, to be honest. But Brian's story is the proof that there are good people in the world. He said there are good Samaritans all over the world, came up together, paid for all of the expenses, even helped him to reach back home to his family. Brian cannot get excited, he'll get a heart attack. He cannot get sad, he'll get a heart attack. For any silly things, he would just get a heart attack. It's so serious for him. He cannot panic. Now how will he survive? People were like, I've seen some comments in his Facebook, to be very honest. Some people like, I don't think he's going to make it. But Brian said, bro, I think I'm going to make it. I'm just going to smile as long as the Lord keeps me alive. I'm going to have a smile on my face. Trust me, this guy, with all this happening in his life, he never stopped smiling. So when people look at him and they know that they have lost in their life, when they look at Brian, they get some sort of hope. He started sharing his stories in various social media. Many TV channels have approached him for an interview. His story has been inspiring for a lot of people. Saying no matter how hard you work, and if it's all gone, and your health is gone, your savings is gone, and you are in a situation that you might die any moment. And he said, I'm still going to smile because I'm going to get another day. I'm grateful for today. We did a lot of video calls. I just hope that if you have any situations in life, if you're lost in life, just remember, just be positive. Have that smile on your face. Stress only makes you more weak. Stress might damage some cells in your body. Stress doesn't benefit you in any ways. What I learned from Brian is I'm going to smile. And I'm going to be grateful that I am alive today. And I'm going to be thankful because I am going to get another day tomorrow. Now, Brian is healthy. Amongst the people who thought that he's going to die, he's still alive, he's still strong, he's still getting better, he's doing his job well, he's doing his farming, he's coming back up, people. He's proving he's so normal that people stop worrying about him. And that gives me a lot of joy. Then I say to this podcast, if my friend Brian hears this, bro, I really love you and I do not sleep without mentioning your name in my... I want to give a handshake to you. I hope this long distance friendship story was worth listening. And if there's anybody who's lost health and money and all hopes, please share this to them. I'm sure someday it will give them a hope. I'm definitely sure the story was worth listening to. I'm going to put my podcast on a regular basis. I'm sorry for taking a long gap. I really apologize for that. I'm going to put more interesting stories that happened in my life. The stories of other people whom I encountered in my life who shared the truth. And that show also will be very interesting and useful for you to hear. Right. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.